Good evening, everyone. This is Henry Gambell with SimplerOptions.com, and in tonight's free video, I wanted to show you some of the ideas that I have been working with as we headed into Google earnings. Now, we discussed these ideas first thing this morning as we were structuring our plan for Google, and it really came down into the end of the day, for me, just looking at the expected move. So you can take the at-the-money straddle, and from that, you can kind of get a feel for what the market makers are expecting Google to do. And in that way, we were looking at resistance at 1261, and then support around 1160. You probably could have rounded to the dollar on those, but those are the general areas that you're looking for. Okay, based off of that, I came in and sold a straddle or a strangle on this because I was having a little trouble getting filled with the iron condor. So I let it sit there for about 15-20 minutes into the close, and when I could not get the fill on the iron condor, I thought, fine, I'll just take it as the short strangle. So to kind of dive in a little further into this idea, you mark off your ranges, which you could calculate off of any time frame, but it's easiest to see usually off of the daily. Then we come back down and look at something like the 5-minute with the extended session data shown, because then this will come back and tell you, well, are those levels worth keeping an eye on? I would argue that it's pretty helpful right in here. Now, it didn't hold to the tick. We're talking about a $1,300 stock here, so a little bit of leeway I think is, helpful. Okay, now I came in and sold the 1255 as part of this strategy, and you say, is that going to hurt or is that going to be manageable? Well, it does depend on where it opens, because if I'm back up here at 1285, yeah, that'll probably leave a mark, and I may have to work around it. However, if we can open right where we are here, this analyzed graph can be very helpful in understanding what you need to be ready for, because it's not like I'm just short that call. We also have the put that you took in some credit on that will help offset that. So you come back in and set your slices to break even on the day of expiration, and this is just a helpful way of knowing, okay, to the upside, I have cushion up into 1268. Obviously, I'm not too worried about the downside at the moment, but if I have cushion into 1268, and I can see that my highs, kind of tie it into these levels, well, then I know what I need to see it stay below as we get into tomorrow. I'm going to try to take one of these off right at the open, then I'll manage the other off the opening 15-minute range. But using the analyzed graph in that way can be helpful to know where you stand. So if that's something you like using, then you may also enjoy Bruce's Summer Fib series. You may remember that I did some of this last week with Carolyn. And I think one of the most important things in trading is to take as much knowledge as you can and distill it down into what makes sense for you. I'm going to use Carolyn's work in one way, Bruce kind of uses it in another way, and if you can take all that and distill it down to something that works for you, that's where you'll really find a niche, and I think it can really help turn a corner in your trading, because I know it did for me. So if that's something that you're interested in, the lab portion of it's going to be getting started tomorrow, July 24th at 5 p.m. Central Time, and I hope to see you guys there.